Okay, welcome back. Hour number 2 of week 22. The moon, I believe, has just risen.
I'm just messing with you. This is the part. This is the part where I'll need. It was good, right? I'll need to get a check from Smurrrrh sitting in the kitchen with his empty soup bowl and draining his alcohol.
Are we in there with him?
Yeah.
Yes.
If I see the moon, I am hauling ass.
Okay, so you grab Donkey and run off.
Yeah.
Right?
And if the druid's nearby, I'll say, get on.
Okay. You say that, Smurrrrh. It's kind of epic because you're grabbing her. Get on. You see Smurrrrh take the cup, put it down, and just fur shoots out all over him. He starts to fall forward and on all fours. You book it out of there not to see the rest of it. Terrible ruckus coming from the kitchen. Riclamin.
Yep.
I float us up on top of the castle, like the highest point, to just kind of observe from there.
That's good. You run out, float up on top of the castle. You see Riclamin started walking a little ways down the road. He's hunched over now. The fur is sprouting out of him. And he makes a check for me right quick.
What is the check?
It is a wisdom check.
Yeah, it is a wisdom check. The DC something like 15.
Wisdom or straight out willpower?
Wisdom. Straight wisdom.
Yeah.
The next
It's your
check
wisdom
willpower.
modifier. Right.
Wisdom.
Send that to me in secret, please.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Okay. You got a good enough angle. You can see tusks sprouting out the tail. He runs off with the pants dragging on the tail, tall grass. A few moments later, running out there, actually flying out to the main door, you see a winged wolf taking off and heading towards the right while he ran off to the left.
Who ran off to the left?
You ran off to the left into the grass, heading towards Silvery Moon.
Yeah, thanks.
While the winged wolf flies off towards the wilderness.
Yeah.
Just
That's
out
what I
of
was
game. You don't have to worry about your dude doing anything crazy in Silvery Moon. Especially if you read the tendencies of that particular animal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You
Well,
might root around in somebody's garbage.
No,
Yeah.
they wouldn't go anywhere near people.
Oh, that's good. You probably won't enter the city. That's good.
yeah. I already have ideas bubbling in my head of what actually is going to happen, but yeah.
It's okay. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
So
all you know is you won't need to look for me in the city.
Right. You shouldn't need to look for him in the city. Seeing the wolf fly off over some of the smaller trees in the area, you're pretty sure you see a dark-clad figure watching the wolf.
Like in the sky also?
No, from the tree line.
A dark cladded, okay. I just look at Adar and say, did you see that too?
Did I see it?
Yep. It's not being very sneaky.
We're going to put that down as a tomorrow problem. And let's go back inside.
All right.
We go back in there and I start locking. I go back in and I dismount at the door. And I'm assuming you dismount also.
Mm-hmm.
And I head in and are you heading in with me?
Yeah, I'm going to stay with you.
And then I start locking the shit up. Let's put this place on lockdown. And then I think about the other guy.
I'll help him with the locking up. I suppose he'll go one direction and I'll go the other.
Yeah. When we meet back up, I ask, does that go off without a problem?
No problems at all.
Yeah. I ask her, can you come with me? We need to keep an eye on our house guest.
Very well. I have already barricaded his door such that it will open, but he should not be able to leave without our notice.
Okay.
He goes out the window, but I guess that's problem solved. Yeah. I'll station myself up. I'll feed Donkey and do his nightly prep and get him good to go. And just
Okay.
put him in this normal people place that he's been staying.
Mm-hmm.
And then head up
And then go up,
sit
or
outside the door.
all right.
I'll find a chair.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna sit by the window and stare out at the moon.
There's a spot where you can see the door and the window, so that way if you have a noise, you can turn back and look. So I'm assuming you'll take that then.
Yeah.
Okay. And Adara, what are you doing during all this?
Well, if he's picked where he's going to settle in, I'm going to find a comfortable place near where he is. And I'm going to start asking him the limitations of his faith and share with him the limitations that I have.
Well, due to your current attire, just about any direction you decide to lay is fairly comfortable and padded. So
I ask if the apple outfit is part of the faith.
Well, no, but I have a hard time working with this kind of material. If you would like to help me with it, I think it's kind of cute.
That's what you're going for, yeah? And I have no proficiencies in any sort of craft. Unless you want some honey. Not that kind
They're
of
better
honey.
than one.
Put your head out of the toilet.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Break out into the pour some honey on me song. What did you guys do last night? Don't ask. You have your secrets out in the forest? We have our secrets.
just before your conversations gets too kicked up, that door you were watching opens.
I jump to on guard.
He sees you run over there. He's, whoa. I was going to see if there was any food. That was a long nap. Nice guy that was.
How do you feel, friend?
I feel great.
You said you're
But hungry. Very hungry.
Help yourself to whatever remains.
He kind of starts trying to crawl over that dresser you drug in the way. He just kind of looks at it, a little quizzical.
You feel
Are his marks still? The marks on the neck, do they stay like forever? They never heal? Is that how that works?
It's healed up. It just
Do
it
you
heals slowly.
remember what happened to you before your nap?
Well, yeah. That blonde-haired fellow came in. I was in a lot of pain. He said he could fix it. All I'd have to do is deliver a message.
Tell us his message and I'll move the dresser for you, all right?
He didn't give me a message. He healed me, and then it went dark.
We received the message. Were you not there for that, Adara?
I brought the message, but I was not sure if he had been told a separate one.
Oh, okay.
Just a very nice guy.
All right.
I don't know what he wanted me to tell you.
Do not worry over it.
Okay.
My I turned my mace on.
Nothing. Just
Normal reaction to stunning daylight.
yep.
Okay. I give Adara a look and say, I think we're okay.
It is possible for a vampire to feed without any side effects other than the blood loss itself.
I think our friend here was lucky then. Hey, don't you work for Lord Salvador?
Fight for him. I was a gladiator.
Oh, you're one of his slaves.
Yeah.
Well, you're a slave no more, you're free.
Awesome. Now what? Okay.
That depends entirely on what you wish to do.
Well, if you don't mind, then go back down to my pen.
Very
See if
well.
there's anything left for me to start a new life with.
You can raid the entire house if you like. There is nothing here that we have further need of that we know about.
The moment you say that, he just kind of looks at you and then walks right into the Lord's bedroom.
I followed, watching.
He's looking around at the different chests. He sees some of the clothing that Riclamin decided was not worthwhile. Starts putting it on, dressing up. Walks by, picks up of a bedpost that Smurrrrh broke in his first transformation. Walks back to the room barricaded in. Pulls a picture off the wall and starts beating the crap out. Proceeds to urinate on the painting and heads downstairs.
I look at Adar and say, I think he's adjusting well.
All things considered, I would agree. I do not believe we have anything to worry about from him this night.
That was the painting of the Lord that he pissed on?
Yeah.
Okay.
As he's walking by, he's like, man, I feel great. He just takes that thing that the club he had, breaks it in half, and throws it behind him as he's walking.
Silly question. Could you do that before?
I don't think so. I've never tried.
Okay.
It's likely never had the opportunity.
He's probably been malnourished his entire life.
From what I saw of the pins before, they were forced to fight unarmored until they earned a weapon.
Well, friend, there's a delicious lamb stew downstairs. If my friend hasn't pigged it all down.
Ignore the mess in the kitchen. There was a small accident.
Oh yeah.
He heads down towards the kitchens.
So I go with him and walk. I say, in those circumstances, do you give donkey alcohol?
Who would? Okay.
Don't ask.
Who is?
He doesn't need any more enablers.
He just goes by, acts like it's nothing, sees the kettle of stew turned over, still some in there, takes one of the broken bowls, scoops part of it, starts drinking it. If you're following him, I'll continue along. He walks down the stairs part way to see where the massacre of the guards took place. Takes the top of one of the broken spears, sticks it in his belt, finds one that's not too bad off, takes it, and a helmet. Continues down to the pin to his pin, down to the ring to his pin. Kicks some straw aside.
I head back.
And there's some little. Okay, well, he grabs some little wooden figures since you followed all the rest of the way that he carved into some likeness, and then heads out.
Okay. I position myself like at the entryway to that, so I'll see him on the way up.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm gonna grab Rick's backpack. And pull out the teleportation ring.
Ring?
Like, what is it?
You mean the ring that goes between the two rings? You mean the paired ring?
Yeah.
The what ring?
Just because.
No, I couldn't hear you. What ring?
The teleportation ring.
My bad.
Oh.
I don't have a
You open up
teleportation
Rick's
ring.
backpack. The ring gate they're talking about.
Ring gate.
That you put.
Okay.
Sorry
So
for the
you
crunching
open
noise.
up.
The teleportation
You'll pay for
circular device.
Yes.
You're eating
Ring
something.
It's probably accurate.
It's Ost, right? That's the alchemist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll Izadar,
What
are you near
part
me?
is the other potion of shrinking first?
No.
So you open the backpack, right?
I open the backpack and I grab the circle.
You look in, it's empty, and you see Ost's head in the backpack. Yes?
That's just creepy, dude. I just 1 second. Izadar here with me.
Yeah.
If you
He's
excuse
got a
me,
quizzical
Izadar,
expression.
I have some. I have to attend to or take care of some matters at the manor. I need to talk with Ost in private. It's a cleric thing.
Very well. Will we be sending our friend? I never got your name. Even when I
You're talking
tended
to-
your they did not give it to me.
Oh, you're talking to that dude, right? Okay. Yeah. He tells you his name is Clem. That's all they ever called him.
All right. Will we be sending Clem to the other refugees?
Is Clem here? Like he's with us?
He came back up after gathering those figures, so.
Clem, what are your
That's-
future plans?
I doubt he has any at this point.
Well, until a few moments ago, I didn't really have a future, so we'll work on the plans as they come along.
Hey, hang out here for a minute. I have to go discuss something with my deity rather than try to explain. This is aside. Rather than try to explain to him, there's a man in the circle inside the bag. I'm just going to pretend I'm talking to my god.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll head up to one of the rooms.
All right. You head up, you open the backpack. The head is no longer there.
Ost.
You see him peer through. Oh, I'm sorry. Stuff just kept falling through, so I decided to bring it all to this side.
What? Okay, put his stuff back. I'll take the ring out. Does this
Take
thing
the
have
ring
an
out.
off switch?
No.
Well, is there a better way to do this so stuff doesn't go through it?
He goes over 1 second and he grabs a mirror and he shows you that he's mounted his on sort of a wooden plaque. It looks like there's a hole in the wall that leads right into where you're holding.
That is a great idea, except I don't think we're carrying a wall with us, but we'll figure something out. Anyway, Ost, I need your help.
Force wall.
See, that's what I was asking you about. That doesn't happen. None of that happens. It was wrapped in cloth. That's what I meant earlier about you sticking it in there if it was just up there open.
Well, you said, did you put it in there? Yeah, I put it in there, but you said you wrapped it in cloth or whatever and put it in your backpack. So that's what I assumed. That's what you meant. Did I put it in my backpack? Yes, I put it in my backpack. So
Okay. My bad.
you didn't say,
He
did you
wrapped it
put it in anything?
Okay.
You said it was wrapped in cloth.
So
Yes.
I chuckled about this humorous thing that might have occurred had we forgot to do this. And then I pull it out, unwrap it, kind of tilt it. I guess, is there a fireplace in the room I found?
Yeah.
I'll tilt it up on the mantle of the fireplace
All right.
and holler to Ost. Ost,
He comes over and he's looking through it. Yes?
it's Colby. I know we didn't get off on the greatest of feet, but your recent abilities have been quite astounding. I'm hoping I can ask you for a favor.
Okay. You may ask anything you like.
Oh dear God, no.
Well, we have possibly one more refugee. I'm going to need another shrinking potion.
Sure.
Before we send this person through, can you ask Smurrrrh's family about a person named Glim?
Clem?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We'll send that
Before
through.
we send some random stranger through, we better vet him. But that's not the real reason.
Certainly. Could you get a message through for me as well to Lord Riclamin?
Yes.
We are trying to decide on a name for the town. It's been
Okay.
decided that this place, so we're going to start building waterfall.
You want his opinion or you want anybody's opinion?
His opinion, of course.
Yeah. Well, I would suggest calling it sanctuary, but you can do what you want. Anyway, I will relay that message. In the meantime, I need your assistance for a rather dangerous ritual I need to attempt.
Okay.
Not dangerous.
I need you to find me a natural-born lycanthrope.
You became a robot there.
I need you to find me a natural-born lycanthrope.
Okay.
I don't need you to
God.
capture him. If you can't capture him, that's fine. Just find where he is, and I'll take care of it myself.
Okay.
If
You
you're
just need me to.
you're cutting out there, Sragg. What?
You just require me to find one? That's it?
Okay, here's the thing. If you're fortunate enough to find a good lycanthrope that's not trying to kill you and rip your face off, see if let him know that I'll want to speak with him shortly, and I'll ask him where I can find him. If you're more likely to find the lycanthrope that are evil, if you can capture it safely without endangering you or the rest of the town, that would be much appreciated.
So you want a prisoner?
Yes.
I don't really worry about that good evil thing. If you need one caught, I'll see what I can do about catching one.
Well, if you're worried about it, if it's
I
evil,
don't.
this is a service to the forest. Preferably preferably, if it's good, it must be unharmed. If it's evil, you can destroy it, but before you kill it, I need one of its fangs.
You see him pop out set up a quill.
I need
Fang?
a pint or a vial of its blood and a vial of its saliva.
Blood and saliva. What are you brewing?
You'll see.
Interesting.
Rubble.
How about you seem to be interested in all things of this nature. If we're successful, I'll allow you to witness it.
Most curious. I think that can be arranged.
It must be the fang. Preferably, if you can, a wolf or a boar.
It need to be the
I'll
tusk
see.
instead of the fang.
A tiger.
Out of
I'll
game.
see what I can come up with.
The front tooth of a boar would be a tusk. They would have regular canines. The tusks come up from the bottom.
So I'll see what I can acquire. Let's see. Okay. The Gree family is settling in very nicely here. You can let him know. His mother took over the kitchen.
As she should have.
And Brent's now a full-time blacksmith as his father's taken over the militia completely.
Excellent.
I think that they might make him mayor.
That's good news. Would he make a good mayor?
Not going to tell him otherwise.
One last thing.
It's the sister that's really running the... Anyway, you were saying?
One last thing. I'd appreciate it if you didn't mention this to anybody else.
Anybody else?
Particularly my traveling companions.
Now there is where we come into a problem, Master Colby. I am Lord Milner's man through and through. What's in it for me?
What do you want?
What do you got?
I offered you to witness this most intriguing ritual.
But you did say it's a ritual. I'm assuming one has to be divinely inspired for this, yes?
Not necessarily. The best effects happen for those who are worshippers.
I tell you what I will do. I will do this favor, but you will owe me a favor in return.
Deal. Keep in mind, I don't harm.
We have a deal.
I will not harm the innocent, just as an FYI.
We have a deal. No harming of the innocent, but you owe me a favor. When the time is right. You see this wicked little grin. I will set to work immediately, sir.
Appreciate it. If you can have this before the next full moon, that would be even better.
I'll see what I can do. Anything else before I set off?
I'll grab that
You see him?
drinking potion.
Ah, he's going through the potions. He hands you that. You see him take a crystal, looks like a crystal decanter that's spiraling. Sets that in. Starts grabbing different potions, putting them into a backpack. Pulling on a pair of green goggles. One lycanthrope coming up.
You did you ask the family about Clem time?
Dude, buddy.
Ah, yes. I'll get a message to you shortly. One moment. He walks off.
I wait.
Within a few moments, he comes back. He's not the best to fight, what they say.
Not the best what? Sorry, there's some
Fighter.
interference on the teleport circle.
He's not the best of fighters, but he send him on through.
He's a good person? Okay. I'm going to warn you. He's recently... Keep an eye on him. I'll tell you that much.
Recently what?
Had
He
a
looks
run-in with
suspicious
a
all of a sudden.
vampire. He doesn't appear to react to daylight, so I believe he's unaffected.
Okay.
But it's
He has less of
better
a
to be safe.
reflection now.
This reflects on him, yes? No. Okay. So,
Okay. Make way. I'm
Bring
going
him.
to send him through shortly.
okay.
Okay, I head down to find Flim Flam.
Okay. You find him.
Chip chap.
He's managed to fit together a patchwork set of armor, actually. It's armor, but it's mixed matched.
It's like level 10 WoW armor.
Pretty
Yes.
much, yeah.
Yes.
It looks, yeah. He just hasn't found the transmogger yet, but he's got a decent set going.
He's vanilla. He doesn't know what that is. Clem, we have a town that you're welcome to go to if you wish. You can seek safety there as long as you contribute.
Better than nothing. I fight.
Okay, I take out the ring and show him. It's through this hole.
Need to
No,
drink
sir.
drinking
What's that?
potion.
I don't.
You'll want to drink this. It's a potion of shrinking.
It will
Okay.
make you temporary.
He takes the potion, drinks it, shrinks down right there, looks up at you, goes,
Put
down
the
here, sir.
portal on the ground, and I say, "Ost, he's coming through. Make sure he doesn't hurt himself."
You hear, certainly. He steps through and you hear a squeak. Yep, he seems to be perfectly normal, Mr. Colby.
Thank
He
you,
should have
Ost.
burst into flames.
Even every alchemist has his off days. Maybe next time, Ost.
If there'll be nothing else,
Yeah, if you're able to find those items for me, just let me send word.
right, get right on it.
I wrap the hole back up and put it back in the pack.
Okay.
And put the pack aside.
So, back to the two characters.
Huh?
Well, oh no, you're busy.
It
Right.
wasn't me you're talking to.
Hmm?
Said it's not me you're talking to.
No, you're busy too.
I'm guessing it's what? What time?
It's after midnight now. You've had a little bit of an adventure with that, but what are y'all planning to do? Try to take over
Tara,
the
I can
world.
keep watch if you need to get some rest.
All right. I will get. Well, I need to look up my one of my new abilities. I don't think I need sleep any longer.
Have you received word from your people?
Not as yet.
Is this a normal wait or is this normal?
While my spirit companion can travel the world endlessly, it is still quite a distance from here to the coven that I've studied with. So this would seem normal as far as that goes. It
That's
also
good to
may
hear.
take some time for them to figure out what they want to do with the information I'm delivering.
That makes sense. Okay. I'll take watch if you want to. Go to bed.
So do you fall asleep?
How's that?
Just literally just fall over apple side.
You're like, okay,
Good.
thank God I'm exhausted.
Actually, I am not sure if I need to. See, when you get greater sustenance on an object, it automatically gives you 8 hours of rest every day.
But is it
greater
on an object?
sustenance on as a property, I'm not clear on that.
What if you
And
ate the
you're
object?
looking it up now to read it, right?
Yeah.
Where's it? It says it on your vow of poverty, right? What it would be?
It
Because
says
it isn't
it's
as the effect.
Yep. It specifically lists the doesn't need to breathe. So I assume I still need to sleep.
Just if it says sustenance, and you need 2 hours of sleep per night.
Okay.
Let's see here. Greater. Oh, no. What it's here to me is that sustenance at 5th level, you don't need to eat or drink. Greater sustenance, once you attain 12th level, you don't need to breathe. That's all I see.
Okay.
So, yeah, you still have to sleep.
All right.
Doesn't need to breathe.
So, yeah, shouldn't need to breathe anymore. So I can no longer suffocate her in sand.
You can no longer suffocate her in anything.
Unless it also includes damage. Don't give him ideas. I've seen what happens to these people.
Don't give him ideas.
Shut up! You have too
So,
many
Colby-
creative ideas.
Were you going through Rick's stuff when you opened that? Just the word. You just grabbed the because you put a box in there that you.
It was in his haversack, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's no going through it. I knew what I wanted and I just pulled it out.
Well, I mean, when you open it, there's still stuff in there. It's just would have happened to have been there.
No.
You would have seen the little box.
Colby is not in. I wouldn't have been interested in like going through his stuff. I knew
Oh, really?
I knew it's a haversack, and I knew its property, so he would have literally just thought of the ring, reached in, pulled it out.
Okay. Fair enough. Not even a little curious. Gotcha. I understand.
No, I don't think he saw the box. You wouldn't even know it's there.
Okay. So, you're going to sleep first then, since you still need to sleep, even though I don't have to breathe? I can tell you this much. She doesn't snore. There we go. She's a very quiet sleeper.
Best sleep mate ever. No snoring. In fact, I think you lean over a few times to check her pulse.
Yeah.
She's still alive. Jesus.
Oh shit, she's not breathing. Oh wait.
Throw water on her. He's like, what is your problem?
Well,
Alright.
I am an elf, so I actually meditate. So I go into the
Zombie!
Yeah.
It's funny. Lean forward again. It looks like there's a cat dancing on your head.
Yeah.
What?
So we got
This is my oldest boy. Oh, hide the porn, oranges. Hide the porn.
what are you doing then, Colby, while she's sleeping?
I don't know. I'll flip through that book.
That book? What book?
My book on what's his face?
Ubrin.
Archibald.
No.
Archibald.
Archibald the Pious.
Particularly reading up on the ritual he encountered regarding lycanthrope.
Oh. Okay. That I getcha. So you're reading on his ventures where he's meeting with the other faiths.
Yeah. Reading again, sort of. Making sure I'm completely familiar with.
You do notice during some of the writing here, there is one that he runs into that he refers to simply as the. I was going to bring this up since you're reading it.
You talking about the third faction?
The third faction? What are you talking about, sir?
Of the Salunarites?
No. I'm talking about you're going to run into.
Sailor Moon.
Talking about Saloon and good reactions with them. And here it is. A particularly strange reaction he had to one known as the Evening Glory. He wasn't really sure what to make of that religion.
So like
They
similar
were
to Afternoon Delight?
Evening Glory teaches that it's an excerpt from it says Evening Glory teaches that love need not ever die. Instead, love may go on indefinitely if the body's remains are properly preserved.
So yes.
This is the deity of love at any price. It is an undead goddess of love. And it troubled him. Because there's nothing evil in it.
The school of necrophilia.
No.
Oh,
Not
long.
actual undeath, not necrophilia.
The thought process in Colby is
Fine line.
no, he's starting to kind of question his stance, his personal stance, and maybe why Palor is so against undead.
Well, Palor in this world is not very popular, right? He was a very, very minor deity.
Perhaps the last the encounter with the vampire wanting to help just recently, and now this loving undead. Something's not jiving.
I think Cyberner might be frozen. Oh, no, there he goes. There he goes.
So, yeah, I was just going to mention while you were reading that and going through the other face, you get to his little excerpt on that, which was the shortest one but you could tell where it was written that it seemed to really bother him.
Other than that, I'm just kind of hanging out.
I mean, just a second. I'm gonna be where I can still get it.
Fixate on the moon.
All right. The night for you two passes uneventfully.
Whenever Colby gets, if ever he comes back out or he makes any sign that he wants company again, I'll try and continue our discussion about each other's limits so that we understand better what each of us is barred from doing.
I was back in the main room that entire time. So we can have that discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. So whether or not you want to go over that as a metagame thing, or if you want to go over it in roleplay, that's up to you, Darren.
It's up to you. I think we had talked about it earlier as to Colby's currently unable to associate with the undead.
I'd prefer it was role play if it's going to be on camera.
All right. Well, when you mention your unassociation, sorry, go ahead.
I'm limited. Basically, I'm unable to associate with the undead. I must protect the innocents and avoid evil things, such as destroying an entire town. Learned that the hard way. What kind of limitations do you have?
See, the disassociation with even sentient undead is the reason I never took the vow of purity. The vows I have sworn are the sacred vow itself, the vow of poverty, and the vow of obedience. And what they bar me from, as you can tell, are material possessions, and also I must follow the word of Barbarian. Lucky. My husband just ran away. 1 second.
As she's telling me that.
Search check.
It seems my faith has been much more restrictive than that of others.
Well, you see, the patron that I have claimed is a true patron of nature. So that which influences nature is my only true concern. Such as which is part of the reason why I do not see the lycanthropy as much of a curse. I've walked among their people for my entire life, and especially among the bears and such, they are quite kind people. I've not seen them as aggressive as they were in Lord Riclamin's house in some time. Of course, I believe that was the drow influence.
Your insights are helping me with a big decision I must make soon.
Well, some of my other abilities, I have not had the opportunity to show you it. I have also sworn myself into the service of healing, such that I can take wounds onto myself and distribute the health that I have sacrificed onto others. It is known as the stigmata.
Sounds fascinating.
I have also taken on the ability to change my spells such that they will not harm natural plants nor animals. Though often the cost of that is more than I'm willing to dedicate to as far as the spell energy itself. It makes them much more difficult to cast. It's easier to simply avoid such a situation.
I think it's you, yeah. Sorry. Those are all fascinating abilities. You may, in the coming days, need to handle the healing needs of the party.
Well, I have learned a great many things of healing that do not even require I memorize the spells for them.
I hope I can return to healing without too much delay, but
Is there something that you're trying to accomplish that is requiring your spells be dedicated to it?
no, not necessarily. I'd rather keep it to myself for now. It's a hard path, and it's one I must take alone.
Very well. The spells that I have of current are mostly of a combat variety because I did not know what we would be encountering while my spirit companion is away.
Yes.
I have very little of healing, though I do have the ability to damage draining of physical energy.
Excellent.
And a few heals remain that are of a magical nature.
If you'll excuse me, I must continue reading
Would you
on this journey. Perhaps in the morning we can reconvene and track down our companions.
If it is something that may be relevant to our quest, I would ask that you read it to me. My traditions in the clan that I belonged to were very much oral. I joined the Druidic order before I would have normally been taught to read.
Perhaps at another time.
Very well, then. I will leave you to your work, then. I will wander the house and see if there might be anything remaining that could help us in our journey. And I will bring it to you if I find anything.
Excellent. As Colby's reading, I guess he takes out his knife, his silver dagger, and he begins etching the 2 eyes and the 7 stars on the table.
Practicing, okay. So there. All right. So is that it for the evening?
Yeah.
I believe so.
The night for y'all, the rest of the way passes uneventfully. All right. Let's begin with Smurrrrh. Smurrrrh, you wake up, little awkward position. You turn and look down. You're in a tree. There's a deer torn to shreds hanging in the branches beside.
Okay. How big of a deer?
Looked like it was a male 10-point buck. Pretty good.
Okay. Any salvageable meat from this left over, or do you want me to roll a survival check for that, or?
It looks like you pretty well cleaned it up, man.
Okay.
You even ate the stuff you usually don't.
Okay. That's cool. How am I feeling hungry right now, or?
No,
Full?
you're feeling
I'm
pretty
good right now?
full.
Okay.
Belch, little fur comes out.
Do I know what direction the keep was in, or can I see anything from where I am right now?
No, not currently.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a survival check then to see if I can figure out my way, the way I should head.
All right.
Got a 27.
$27. Looking at the sun and thinking it over, where the trees were last you saw, you're pretty sure that you must have went north. You bet if you head straight south, you'll hit the manor again.
Okay, I'll try and craft myself a crude weapon again out of a tree if I can, and start heading back.
You get a bright idea if you roll right quick.
Sure. I'll GM roll that.
Okay, that's good. You get a bright idea about it. You take one of the branches that was forking, stick the antlers in it, and wrap it up with some of the sinews. You have a particularly cool-looking club now.
With spiky deer points. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take off flying that way or walking?
I'll fly up to get an idea of what way to head, and then I'll sort of hover over the trees, fly over the trees.
Okay. So you fly over the trees heading back. Gotcha.
Yep.
Riclamin.
Yep.
You wake up, look around, you're in a small...
What?
I think
You
we lost
broke
the
up.
DM.
You're in a small hut, completely coated in blood.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
lovely. Am I alone?
Chris.
Sound like you
here's-
said. Sound like you said curse.
Yes.
I am all alone. Okay. Is there a
Sure.
window?
Sure, if you reassembled the body parts and make a person.
Curse as in he should be cursing?
Is there a window?
Yeah.
Can I look out it?
Yeah. You look out, you see a small boy, and you smell him too, running away, yelling, "Papa, Papa, the pig got up."
Fuck. Okay. Where's the? Is there? He's running. Where did I see him run
Yeah.
to?
He's running towards a barn.
Okay, open the door and take a look around.
Well, looks like it's a little farm.
And there's no buildings like near me, rather than this one.
Not too far in the distance, you see the wall of Silvery Moon. You do not see a hole in it.
Okay.
Looking at the mountains on this side, you figure you must have gone a lot further south than last time.
Which side are the mountains on?
Oh, excuse me. Mountains will be on. Oh, wait a minute. From where you're at, the mountains are on the other side of Silvery Moon. So you went.
Crap. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me look for. They have like linens or anything out, like clothes that I could snag and run.
Yeah. You see, there's a bed sheet, sort of tattered blanket. Looks like a pretty poor place.
Yeah. Grab it and run.
You grab it, you start running.
Yeah.
You hear someone yelling behind you, "Hey!" Look back, there's a farmer chasing you with his pitchfork.
Okay.
You just keep running.
Yeah, I want to try and run in the best direction back to the Oil Saboteur's mansion estate thing.
Okay. You run off. You hear him cursing. Yep. That's fine. No problems.
Now, the other thing I wanted to ask you out of game for a second. Remember how we were looking into lycanthropy or whatever?
Mhm.
And they had crossed off that armor was dropped.
Uh-huh.
What are we doing with that? Which rule are we playing with?
Oh, armor doesn't... You have to get rid of your armor or it will be
'Cause it says
damaged. Unless
that's all crossed off.
Yeah. I don't know why that's there.
In
In my
these-
book, it says it.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Savage book and the other things, it doesn't drop off. I think that's the part they changed. If it's loose clothing, like stuff that could normally fall off, yeah, it'll fall off. But if it's armor that's bound tightly to you, it'll be destroyed unless you loosen it.
They crossed that part off too.
They cross that off.
All right, so you're not going with the Lycans retain magical armors.
Not unless they enchant it.
All right.
It's got to be enchanted for it, and only then in hybrid form. If you're in animal form, not happening.
But the enchantment we said the enchantment, if you go into animal form, causes it to, for lack of a better word, absorb in and just be there but hidden.
So your stuff got ripped to shreds. You had a Hulk
Well, my
moment.
clothes.
You woke up naked.
I know my clothes did. I was just wanting to make sure.
Did Smurrrrh think to? No, he didn't.
No, it didn't.
I have
But
to
his
do a
breastplate was
remember check.
adamantine. So let's see.
He would
Right,
have snapped
quick.
the buckles. He would have snapped the buckles before he broke the adamant.
It's safe.
Doesn't he
I
have
got a
like,
17.
Doesn't he have stuff that like grows with his giant growth?
Well, see, that's part of the spell that
Okay.
it grows
Giant
with
spell,
him.
yeah.
It's not really the stuff.
Okay, got you.
I probably would have loosened it up to eat anyway. I gotta fill that stomach up, right?
Apparently, you were fine. You shunted your stuff.
When they're
Well, your stuff survived anyway. Let's put it that way. It's a DC 15. I rolled a 17.
I have to do my
So-
remember check.
Yep. Is that what you sent me? No, that's not what you sent me. Do your remember check. Let's see that willpower. I mean, wisdom. How wise are you?
I'm not very, it's so sad. Yeah.
What an awesome check. Okay. You think back through the night. You remember the farmer cornering you. You remember that he thought he killed you, so you played dead. You had found some particularly tasty roots nearby. The farmer thought that he'd found a particularly large pig that was acting rather strange, so he tried to kill it with a pitchfork. He's not the smartest farmer.
He's
Well,
a
he's a-
farmer.
Yeah, he's a farmer.
So you take some solace in knowing that the blood you were coated in was your own this time.
Yep.
This time.
Still a little anxiety ridden as I'm running back towards the best direction.
But-
that I think is
would he remember the first night also?
No,
no.
he just gets what he just found. But you definitely remember you weren't a wolf, and those were some really big tusks. And the boy said something about the pigs moving.
Yeah,
Okay, just
It's-
making sure.
it's a little panicked as I'm running back towards where I need
Yeah.
to be. Right, so
Not
Yeah.
what I thought I was. I'm not what I thought I was.
what the hell am I? What the hell am I? What the hell am I? Yes, I'm saying a bad word. Thank you.
Okay, back to the two people that are actually waking up now.
Yeah, I get up, or you didn't sleep, Adar?
She'll need to sleep for 2 hours, but that's it.
Okay,
She'll need to
Um,
meditate.
let's coordinate this so that I can sleep just and get up with dawn.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds perfect. And it is the full 4 hours. It doesn't say anything about sleep on your effect.
Okay.
It straight up just says don't need to eat or drink. No longer needs to breathe. So yeah, I'm still gonna make you sleep. You just don't snore. Or
All right.
meditate or whatever the hell you elfy things do.
Healthy.
Just be happy I can't suffocate you anymore. Because that was my favorite method of killing when it came to you.
Yes, I had noticed that actually.
Besides the two giant stumps that were going to crush you. Anyhow, Colby, you wake up just as the sun crests.
I go to the roof of the castle, or I don't know what the heck there is, to find
Okay.
a spot to sit down and meditate, pray to Palor. And his prayer, he says, Palor, I pray to this day to seek your guidance. The enemy forces of Palor grow strong, and the recent mastering of this scourge known as Violet Rain unsettles me. These mere raindrops rob me of your divine gifts you allow me to wield. Without your gifts, I'm uncertain if I possess the strength to ensure the demise of the Palor rites. Recently, I've witnessed the supernatural strength and iron will of the lycanthrope. I seek to pursue a path that will bestow me with a ferocious power and allow me to overcome the blight of Palor. To do this, I must request the aid of the Moon Maven, Saloon. Her power is strong, perhaps even rivaling your own. She uses it to protect the innocent and protect those that would abuse the gift of lycanthropy. I believe she is of good.
She got me. Good night, Anna. I love you.
I will be pursuing her faith.
I will be pursuing her faith.
That's it.
Well, it's not you, it's me. Okay.
Yeah.
Just broke up with your god.
Yeah.
It's just not working out.
I take my holy symbol and tuck it into my knapsack.
Can you hear me right now?
Just now, yeah.
Okay. You tuck the holy symbol into your knapsack.
Yeah, he takes it off his neck and puts it in his backpack.
All right. You still got the mace, the shield there. They feel heavier than before.
Yeah.
You know, had you told me that was what you were doing. I have atonement as a druidic spell. You just have to wait until I got my ability to remember back.
Wouldn't have helped.
Well, atonement would allow you to switch your faith to a new faith in a single day.
That's not an issue.
Okay.
Yeah. You feel, for lack of a better word, the cold shoulder. But no blight comes towards you. It's if there's a mutual rejection.
I get back up, float down, and this was probably a much longer prayer session than normal.
Yep.
And walk in and say, Adara, let's find our friends.
All right. Would you like me to track them in my bear form? I should be able to scent their trail.
Yep. I suggest we locate Smurrrrh first.
Very well.
All right. So you go bear form?
Scent, and I have track as a class ability. You want me to roll for it?
I would love to see the track check for a flying creature, yes.
Okay. It's survival, right?
Yeah.
He's a clumsy
Unfortunately,
flying.
I don't have any ranks in the actual skill.
Sure, he hits ground enough at the time.
I cannot find his sentinel.
You are certain he went off towards the south.
I just see this bear sniffing around frantically in like every direction, and I just Let me try
She
something.
finds
And I just
a trail.
I holler at the top of my lungs, Smurrrrh!
Okay.
Usually
Yeah,
always
for-
works.
Yes, that's enough. Smurrrrh, roll me a listen check. Idara, you've caught a trail that leads to the south, closer to Silver River.
Okay.
You're certain that it's Smurrrrh's.
Not too
Smurrrrh, you hear someone yell your name, and you definitely know that has got to be Smurrrh's trail. No one else smells as strongly of bacon.
I was going to say not to metagame or anything, but if he's within a certain amount of distance, it's a guaranteed on the smell check.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wasn't close enough for that, but he was close enough to hear you yell Smurrrh.
Okay.
So with that longer prayer, you tracking, Smurrrh's flying in. It doesn't take too long to spot him. If you want to respond, Spur.
I probably just would have said, "What?"
Get over here!
I'm flying as fast as I can.
He looks like a wounded duck. He's on his way. You see Riclamin clad in the... it looks like he took a page out of Idara's fashion statement, booking it, heading for y'all at top speed.
How fast does he run?
Very
He
fast.
seems
Pretty
to be
sure.
running pretty good right now.
Jesus.
Got no armor on.
That's true.
Smurrrrh lands next to y'all.
Put
Well,
some
Ricklamin
clothes
was
on,
far.
Smurrrrh your craps in the kitchen.
Crap. I mean, I have one in the bush, but
What's left of your armor and your belongings?
all right.
Hopefully none of it was destroyed by your transformation.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right. We'll see.
So you want your stuff then, Smurrrh?
Yeah, Smurrrrh will just give it. I'll hand my club over to Colby and be like, "Here, hold this."
He hands you a large club with two deer
take it.
antlers.
And as soon as he's like past me, I just hurl it aside.
It's pretty heavy. I don't know.
Yeah. Your hurl is like, ugh.
That's true. Smurrrrh has his extra strength right now.
Yeah. Riclamin comes booking it, running up. I'm assuming you're running to them or you're running into the house. What are you doing here? You're
If I
probably
saw
pretty
Colby,
confused.
I'd be like, as I get close, it's like, "Give me my stuff! Give me my stuff! Give me my stuff!" Panic.
Yeah.
One eyebrow
So-
raised. Interesting
like-
night, he asks.
Give me my stuff!
Yeah, it's in the kitchen.
I took it to the kitchen.
All right.
I follow them in.
You find them getting. You find Smurrrrh getting dressed, Riclamin putting on his backpack and his ring and being fully dressed. Or
As
did
soon
you
as I-
do your?
As soon as I put
You
the
do your
ring
clothes?
on, no, not yet. As soon as I put the ring on, I run outside, suit up, and fly way up in the air.
Okay. You're up.
And I'm just gonna like look around to see if that farmer's still chasing me.
The guy slices a dragon in two, but is afraid of a farmer with a pitchfork.
He doesn't want to kill the farmer. He wanted to kill the dragon. There's a difference.
As
This
he's up
could
there,
become an epic fist versus pitchfork fight. Come on.
and on that note, I believe we will take a break.
Yep. Sounds good.